Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of That's So Matthew. Today, I'm so excited to have my pod bestie back again on the podcast. Say hi.
Yes, hi everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Isabel from the Just Isabel Things podcast, and I'm really excited to be joining Matthew today for today's episode.
Yes, it has been a hot second since you were on my pod. I think the last one was Gotta Kick It Up.
Oh yeah, when did we do that?
Like September. You were episode 100.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. Nice.
Yeah, but now we're back, and we also did that episode on your podcast about celebrity couples.
Which
feels like forever ago.
Yeah, no, we did that like first week of November, I think, which honestly doesn't feel that long ago, but it does at the same time. So everyone go check out all the episodes that we've collabed on. They're so great, and I just love them.
Yeah, so, but as everyone knows, because I've said this like 500 million times, the podcast is going through a little bit of a rebrand right now into some like other nostalgic films. But today I don't know if this is Disney, but it feels like Disney Channel to me. A Cinderella Story.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know if Disney produced it or what, but lots of Disney vibes.
Yes, for sure. I always thought it was Disney, but maybe it's not. I don't know. But Hilary Duff honestly slayed this movie.
For sure. No,
and
for sure.
Also is like a movie that like is just so iconic. Like the cast is just so good.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. Because like there's a lot of people in the cast who are just like in other iconic teen movies from the early 2000s.
Yeah. And it was also like the star of this whole franchise because I feel like they're still making a Cinderella Story movies, which is
they make one like every 5 years.
Not even like one came out in 2021. It's on
HBO
Max.
I saw that. Yeah, I didn't watch the movie.
What is this? And then there's like the one with Sophia Carson, and like there's so many of them. Like what?
The only ones that are valid are the Hilary Duff one, the Lucy Hale one, and the Selena Gomez one.
You know what? I have to agree with you on that because those are like the best ones. No, the Lucy Hale one is actually really good. I like that one.
I like that one too.
It's also on HBO Max for anyone who's wondering. And then obviously we have the another Cinderella Story, which is the Selena Gomez one.
I like that one too.
No, those are the only ones that I will like
consider
you enjoying.
Cinderella stories.
Yeah, but then there's a Christmas one. What? Apparently, Laura Marano was in a Cinderella Story, A Christmas Wish.
Not valid.
Not valid. No, and then there's like we said that there's the Sophia Carson one, which came out in 2016, and then there was the one that came out last year. So essentially, they just need to stop.
Yeah, it only ends at those three.
And the thing is, it's literally like the exact same plot, but with like different scenarios.
That's true. Yeah, like the mom is just like, the stepmom, I should say, is horrible. And the girls are just like down extremely bad. Like they work.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they work a job or they just have it so bad. And then they fall in love with a popular guy.
No, this movie, before we like really dive into it, I just want to talk about how cliche but like great this plot is. Like it's like mystery boy, mystery girl, like texting, which also is like kind of scary because like in today's society, like texting strangers is so scary. Like I'm just saying.
Yeah. And plus, like, okay, so this movie came out in 2004. So like texting then, that was like turn of century like type technology. Like very, very new. It was the big rage back then. So yeah.
Yeah. And also like the fact I want to know, like on these little like phones that they have, like how did they just randomly like start texting one another? Like
I know. It's so funny. Like they all have flip phones and it's just like, oh my God. Like imagine the same plot of Cinderella Story, like the Hilary Duff plot, you know, with like her mom, like the dad dying in the earthquake. It's like same exact plot. Imagine that being in 2021 with like smartphones and
2022,
I'm
Isabel.
sorry, 2022. We're recording this in 2022. First episode of 2020. Well, first recording, right?
I did one yesterday, but
Oh,
it
never
still
mind.
feels like the first one for me because I'm kind of a hot mess. No, I've literally just recorded like all of the January episodes in like the past 4 days.
Oh, I love that. Way to be proactive.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna edit them before I go back to school. So we're gonna be great. Vibing and thriving. But obviously, we have to talk about all of the characters. So we're gonna start off with Hilary Duff. So she is playing Sam Montgomery, who is basically like this girl. She works at a diner.
She works at her dad's old diner and her stepmom takes it over.
So essentially, she is literally Cinderella.
Yeah.
But the thing that makes me laugh so much about her character is that she's like, in the one scene when she's like about to tell the guy that she's like the Cinderella, she's like, I am and then like it gets interrupted. And like she had like a whole like minute after she was interrupted to like tell him, and she didn't. Like she's so like scared that he's like gonna not accept her. And it's like, girl, like
he literally dumped his popular girlfriend for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even in today's society, like the popularity classes in high school are so toxic. Don't get me wrong.
So
But, like,
yeah,
this guy literally comes in to this dance for you because he's texting this girl, dumps this other chick for you, and you still don't want to tell him. Like, he's literally given up everything for you.
his football, like putting his like football to the side, like he like that's his main. He's like distracted by her,
Like,
and like
what are you going on about, girl? That's what I wanted to say. Like, don't get me wrong, Hilary Duff is amazing.
queen.
Sam is a queen too, but I'm like, girl, you can do better. Like,
true,
you can do better. And there's also like the whole thing that like this like the whole earthquake thing is really
how do you die in an earthquake in your house when everyone else survives?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that was a little interesting. I was kind of like,
I mean, like I guess
totally forgot about the earthquake.
What?
Yeah, I totally forgot about the earthquake. Like I went to watch it and all of a sudden there was an earthquake and I was like,
what? Yeah. I mean, that like completely flew over my head when I was like super young and watching this. But yeah, so like the dad dies at like the first 5 minutes of the movie, but the relationship is like so cute. And then like Fiona, who's played by Jennifer Coolidge, comes in and just like ruins Sam's life.
yeah, so essentially Cinderella, but Sam is kind of iconic. I just wish that she kind of like would have stood up for herself a little bit more, maybe like given herself a better chance at love, but I digress.
Yeah.
So Chad Michael Murray is playing Austin, and I could not take him seriously this time through because one of the last projects I saw him in was Riverdale as Edgar Evernever, where he was like the organ harvester dude, and I just couldn't contain myself.
Yeah, no, I like haven't really I like don't watch Riverdale. Or like I know he's like in Hallmark. I think he's like in Hallmark movie or like movies like that now, but he was like back then when a Cinderella Story was filmed, like he was in so much. He was in Freaky Friday, Gilmore Girls, One Tree Hill, obviously Cinderella Story. Like he was like the Tom Holland of back then.
No, I literally know that, and that I just can't wrap my head around like Edgar Evernever from Riverdale, like in A Cinderella Story, because it's so funny. Because for anyone who doesn't know, I feel like I've talked about this on the podcast. I'm one of those people that still watches Riverdale because I think it's so horribly bad that it's funny that I just have to like know what happens. Like
I feel
so
like you're
invested.
not the only one who does that.
No, I've literally met so many people, but everyone always is like, you still watch Riverdale? Doesn't mean I enjoy it. Like I actually hate it, but it's like a fun hate.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that.
He was literally like an organ harvester dude, and he was like making a cult, and I couldn't like watch him seriously in this movie. But his character Austin, I have a couple select words for because he is kind of like very full of himself in a way where,
Mhm.
like all of the popular kids think they're like, oh my God, everyone just loves me. No, stop.
Yeah.
You're done. Like, I just was so frustrated with like the fact that he was like so focused on like his popular group that he was like willing to set this girl that he was literally texting like in love with.
Yeah, he was practically cheating on Shelby like for weeks, as they were, because he was like, I can't wait to meet you. Like, I bet you're so pretty, like all this stuff. And like while he was dating Shelby, but then he dropped her before the dance.
Yeah, so clearly he likes this Cinderella, like I think what's her name, like the Princeton girl.
Yep.
Yeah, so he
He's nomad.
clearly likes her.
Yeah.
Clearly likes her. And then he's like, I just didn't. I feel like he was kind of like fake and kind of was like a man, you know what?
Yeah.
I was kind of like, oh, I don't vibe with you. Like personally, I don't vibe with those kind of people because I think that it's kind of like not a
Yeah. I
great
mean,
personality
another
trait.
thing too, like this is like very like real life. Like if you're popular in high school, chances are you're not going to be popular like in college. Like it's like popularity in high school doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. Finally, someone needs to say it. And you're the one that knows. You're a college student. How does that feel?
I am in college and literally popularity does not matter in college. Like literally no one cares like about where like anything like that. Popularity in college is not a thing because depending on where you go, like obviously like colleges come in all like different like sizes and stuff, but with my college, it's considered mid-size. Like you don't even like I see a new person every day, like when I'm eating like in a dining hall, and it's just like no one cares about popularity. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, period. That is our lesson of the day. So just shut up, Austin, and you're done. Um I have said you're done so many times lately because it was in my show at Six Flags and it's literally just become like part of like who I am. I just say like
I
in
love that.
regular conversation, you're done. No, I'm
You're done.
sorry.
You
So if
say it so good.
I literally said it so many times. Like I said it like so I said 2 times a show, 4 shows a day. That's 8 times a day for like the past 2 months. So it's just like engraved in my brain. So yeah, Austin.
And it's all over social media.
Yeah, no. In this movie, also is home to like 2 viral TikTok sounds. The
Yes, you're
the
not very pretty and you're
LOL.
not very bright.
Oh, that one
Yeah.
too. And then LOL. Or
Yeah.
yeah. No, I think that this movie is iconic, and you know what? I'm so here for it.
Oh,
And
for sure.
the
For
the
sure. Yeah.
sounds on TikTok sounds like there was also I did Luca yesterday, and Luca that's also another one that has like TikTok written all over it, like Silencio
Oh.
Bruno.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, totally just
So
loving
yeah.
it.
And also like this movie is like in the realm of iconic early 2000s teen movies along with like Mean Girls, like just a bunch like Freaky Friday, like just all in the same like family.
Yeah, no, I was like, I don't know if you saw, I was like posted, I was like, I'm looking for like these specific like movies like to talk about with people, and like it was literally just like all iconic movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And it kind of brings us back to like I remember watching I've literally seen this movie so many times because it came out like when I was a year old and I've like literally watched this movie hundreds and hundreds of times. It's so good and it never gets old.
yeah, it literally does not. So but Jennifer Coolidge, we need to talk about her character Fiona because
Oh,
she is a freaking trip. I loved her.
she plays this character very well with the outfits and like sorry.
Oh, bless
Okay.
you.
Thank you. The way she talks and then just like her like the way she like interacts with people, it's just very much it helps the movie a lot.
No, I love her accent. It is so funny. Like I'm actually obsessed.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
bless
gonna
you.
stop sneezing now.
Okay. No, I just love her accent, and she always is like having like such an attitude. Like I think she's like so cool.
Yeah, and
Like
it's funny because she like
kind of a bitch, but like it's
yeah,
forgivable.
and she like fakes being nice, but at the same time she's not.
Yeah, she is like she is so like the one scene where she's like in the tanning bed with like the goggles on, and then she like just
Yeah,
like stops her entire routine to like just be funny and stupid.
yeah.
That's so funny.
And then when she brings like the cookies when Sam gets her fake rejection letter, and she's like, "Do you want a cookie? They're so moist."
I hate that word. I just can't do it. I'm one of those
Oh yeah, the
people.
way she says it too.
No, I just think it's like I don't hate it because like for like any reason. I just think whenever I hear it, I just like get this like funny
Weird.
like
Yeah.
feeling like, and then when she said it on the screen like moist cookies
What? Like,
like
okay. And she's also like very like early 2000s rich LA mom.
yeah, she's giving like Regina George's mom for Mean Girls.
True. Yeah, we could talk. Let's talk about like how this movie takes place in LA.
Yeah, it's funny because it's supposed to be like written so that it's almost kind of like a real like life high school thing, but it feels very like Hollywood. I mean, obviously it takes place in like LA, but it
Yeah,
feels like,
Hollywood high school
yeah, and
vibes. Yeah.
it's just very like almost like victorious.
Yeah.
And I like it, but like it just feels like
It's not real
very,
high school.
yeah, it's not real high school.
It's
Like
not
it's
real high
not what I
school.
suffer through every single day.
It's movie high school. It's not like real high school. Like you don't have like those types of pep rallies where they like expose Sam. Like what? Like there's not really any of that. At least at like my high school experience, there wasn't anything quite like that. Or how the cheerleaders would wear like their cheer outfits and like in some and during the school day, and like the G-Wagons like in the parking lot, and like the super nice LA cars in the parking lot. Like obviously there was nice cars in my high school parking lot, like don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying like it was very not realistic high school.
Yeah, it just feels like it was written for a movie because it was, but it's
It
like
was.
very like movie perfect, very like everything is sunshine and rainbows and nothing ever goes wrong. And then when this
Mhm.
whole like thing happens where this popular guy is like falling in love with this random girl who he doesn't even know who it is like is the talk of the school because like obviously it's a movie.
Yeah.
But I just want to talk about like the whole like football and like cheerleader thing. Like this is
Yeah,
like an
that's
episode of
very
Riverdale.
it was a that's like the whole football superstar thing is very early 2000s teen movie, and like it still is now because you have like the TV show like All American and stuff, but no, like the football aspect of a Cinderella story and like with the cheerleader, it's very like early 2000s storyline vibes.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely, I mean, obviously is early 2000s. It came out in 2004. Yeah, 2004, I think.
Yeah.
So it just feels like very, all of the vibes. Like even I think like the next like character that we're gonna talk about is Rhonda, who it works at the diner and kind of like
I
takes
love her.
Sam. I was gonna say she is like an icon. She's very like kind of like almost comedic, like relief, but also is like the actual parent
Badass,
figure.
like yeah. And she like actually cares about Sam too.
So finally she has a parent that like cares about her because Rhonda is
Yeah.
like kind of an idiot.
Yeah.
No, not Rhonda. No, we love
Fiona?
Rhonda. What's the yeah,
Yeah.
Fiona. No.
Yeah.
No, we
No,
love
Rhonda, she like
Rhonda.
yeah, no, we love Rhonda because she like gives Sam the her old wedding dress and like gives her like literally a open arms and like welcomes her with open arms, and like she's obviously like cares about what Sam's like into and like who she like hangs out with, and I mean, all of like the diner staff is like that too. Like they're all kind of a family. And obviously you saw it in like before like the dad died, like they were all like working there, like and saw Sam like grow up and stuff. And so which is really nice. And it's fun fact that diner actually is like a real place in LA that you can go to. It's obviously not called like Fiona's Diner or like Hal's Diner. It's called like something else, but like where they filmed it and stuff and like the exterior. I don't know if it's like the exterior. Anyway, either way, it's like you can go visit it. I don't remember what it's actually called, but it's like a real place that you can go. And I actually
Yeah.
really want to go. Like I feel like
I might need to add it to my bucket list. Like I have this whole like trip planned like after high school that I want to take where I go to like the UK and look at all the filming locations from House of Anubis because I'm obsessed with that show.
Oh yeah,
So
that'd
like
be so fun.
yeah, no, I'm a huge like person like for like filming locations. So definitely might
Oh,
just need to add it to
same.
my list.
Same. Yes. Oh gosh, that would be so fun. So yeah, look it up, guys, and maybe if you live out in LA or if you're planning on going to LA, stop at the Cinderella Story Diner.
Yes, do it. Can we also talk about Carter? Because
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing with other Cinderella Story movies, they had girl best friends.
yeah,
So Carter is like the guy best friend, which I think is really cool. I kind of like him.
I like him too. I just don't know like what his like character was supposed to be doing because it was like all over the place.
That's true. I think he was just like because her character doesn't feel like she would have a girl best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like her character is more well fitted for a guy best friend. Um so and honestly like besides like the people at the diner, like Sam's only friend is Carter.
Yeah, Sam, like, I don't understand how she does not have like a bunch of friends because you know what? I would be friends with her.
I would too. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, it's like that like high school thing where like this one person has like a one friend and that's it. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
also like super bright. I look like a freaking ghost on this video.
Yeah,
It's okay.
but I liked him. And he was also like, he brought the fact that he was like an actor or aspiring actor. He would like have fun costumes. And also like he ends up with like the radio girl at the end.
Yeah, okay. The radio girl is such an icon. I
Yeah.
loved her. The one scene where like the one, I think she's the principal, kind of
Yeah.
unsure. Like
Old lady.
yeah, she like came over and like put her hand like over her heart for like the pledge.
Pledge of
I
allegiance to
thought
the
that
flag.
was so
Yeah.
funny.
And her hairstyles are so cool too.
I know she was such an icon, and I feel like it was such a, like an interesting turn for her to end up with Carter for sure.
Yeah, no one was expecting that.
But it was cute.
They
I'm like
never
one of those
interacted really.
people who loves like unexpected couples. Like our
Yeah.
celebrity couples episode, unexpected couples, like even in like my real life, like day-to-day high school like experience, unexpected couples are so cute. And you know what? No one can change my mind.
Right. For sure. And he also gets the Belief commercial.
Yes. Oh, I always wanted to be in a commercial.
They pay a lot, I've heard.
Yeah, maybe I should just make a podcast commercial for that. So Matthew.
Do it.
No, I need to like re-record my trailer because I haven't done that in so long.
Add it to the to-do list.
Yeah, I have such a long to-do list, but I have still 3 more days of break after this.
Ooh, gotcha.
Yeah, so we're gonna work our butts off. But honestly, we also have those like the sisters, but they're not like that important to talk about.
They're just
literally
annoying and stupid.
Yeah, annoying, stupid, stuck up people who think that they're like the most amazing thing since sliced bread.
And they don't have any friends either.
Yeah, the one thing about like the stepsisters in like literally any Cinderella adaptation is that they're always like so jealous of this girl that's so much below them, like, or they think is below them. And I just don't understand.
Mm-hmm. I know. And like, I think it's just like an ego thing too. Like, we have the money, we have the car, we have like, we can do like whatever we want with our money, yet like she gets the guy.
Yeah, like so that's my point of like any Cinderella thing is it's like the unexpected person, like they're always like the winner.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, And then also another thing, like it's kind of cool how like they like the college in this is Princeton. Like I feel like it would be, somewhere in California like Stanford or in Princeton, keep in mind. So like this movie takes place in like Los Angeles, but Princeton is on the other side of the country in New Jersey. So it's kind of interesting to see that because I feel like a lot of people are like, I want to go to like Stanford, UCLA, but
Yeah.
Princeton was kind of, you don't really hear Princeton a lot in movies.
Well, it was something that her dad had said to her pretty early on, like
Right.
something like
Yeah,
where the
that's true.
princes go to like Princeton or something.
Right.
But I just thought that was like super like cute because like I'm like kind of in that weird spot like junior year of high school where I'm prepping for the ACT, starting to look at colleges.
Yeah.
It's so scary. Like I give people props. Like it's so terrifying. Like I don't know. Like there's so many different schools. Like what if I like choose one and I pick the wrong one?
Well, then if that ends up being the case, then like you can transfer to hopefully the right one.
Yeah, no, it's so scary. Like no one told me it would be, and I'm not even like at the point where I need to like pick a college. I'm just at the point where I need to look at colleges.
Yeah, you have another year until you need to do that.
Yeah, but it's so scary. And then like all the teachers, like even in this movie, like the teachers and parents are like, "Oh, where are you gonna go to college? Like college,
Right.
college this, college that."
And she's like, I don't have, and she like it's sad because like she goes through life thinking like she doesn't have any money, like Fiona has all the money when in reality like the dad like left so much money for her.
And then like also the fact that Fiona's like, yeah, you have to go to work, and people go to school so that they can work, so you have to do it anyways, or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, what, girl? I am not a fan of your attitude.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, Fiona was not nice. The sisters were not nice. But I think another thing we should talk about is like how a lot of these characters were in other iconic teen movies. Like the girl who played Shelby was also in Freaky Friday, played the mean girl in Freaky Friday.
Yes, no, we need to talk about it because this whole movie, like, I feel like almost every single movie in this era, like, had like these star-studded casts. Like, I still think that feel like this is a Disney movie, and I literally know that it's probably not.
I don't know, but like Chad Michael Murray was in a bunch of like iconic like teen movies, and Hilary Duff was in literally so many teen movies growing up. Hold on. I am pulling Cinderella Story. I'm pulling this up. If I can spell Cinderella Story correctly. Okay, a Cinderella Story. No, but yeah, like so many like iconic people in this movie were in other Disney movies. Hold on, let's see. I think this is Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah, it did have the Warner Brothers intro. Like I should have connected the dots, but I didn't.
Okay. Warner Brothers. But either way, like a lot of people who were in this movie were in a bunch of other either iconic Disney teen movies or like iconic movies. Like Jennifer Coolidge was in Legally Blonde. I'm trying to think. Austin's dad was in Smart House.
Smart House, throwback to that iconic episode.
Yeah, guys, go check out the Smart House episode that we did. We posted it probably in the summer. So go check it out.
I think that was like June. So that it's been a hot
early
the
summer.
fact that June was like 7 months ago.
That's really weird to think about.
Yeah, but it's that also means that it's 5 months closer.
True.
We're almost there.
Almost there. Is there any other characters we need to like talk about?
Not really. Like, there's like obviously like some other characters, but like I'm like one of those people where I'm not gonna like bother the listeners with like talking about like tiny little background characters.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like we covered all the main characters that needed to be talked about.
Yeah, for sure. But now we definitely need to kind of talk about like this plot. Like from the start, it is definitely an early 2000s movie because she works at this diner. And her father, Sam's father had given it to her. Or like it was part of like the family inheritance. There was an earthquake, which we talked about, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Like definitely an
Yeah.
interesting choice for the movie.
Yeah.
So Sam wants to go to Princeton. It is her dream college, and she's saving up money. She's working, making that bank as she should. We know that
And
feeling.
yes. And she also like sometimes spends a lot of time at work rather than school. But she also says in the movie she's a straight A student, like takes AP class, like extra AP classes, and Rhonda is like
AP, don't recommend. Don't recommend AP.
And Rhonda's like, you need to go to school. Like, don't worry about what we're doing here. Like, you need to go to school. In school, like her life is just kind of miserable, I feel like, from the start, because like even like without like the whole Austin thing, because her stepmom's mean to her, she's worried about college, if she's going to get into Princeton. Affording college too is another big thing, because obviously like Fiona's kind of like, ew, college, you can work at the diner.
That's so every time she kind of like did that little thing, she's like, what? You don't have to go to college, just work at the diner. I was like,
Okay.
no. Like the diner like is not like one of those things where you can like do that your entire life, Fiona. Like step aside.
I mean, some people, we like diner food here, and
yeah, we're not hating, but we're just like, it just kind of like got annoying after a while.
Yeah, she has a brighter future ahead of her than the diner.
Yeah, she's gonna go to Princeton. Like she has it all planned out. She has and then she has the stepsisters, Brianna and Gabriella. And
we're like out to get her, out to like make her feel horrible all the time.
You know, all of the usual things coming from the evil stepmother. And she's like withholding her money, like so that she can like spend it on her like self. So basically, she's literally screwing Sam over like time after time. Sam is bullied at school pretty much. No one really likes her. Like she's kind of quiet.
No one
she doesn't
sees her.
Fit in. She's like one of those kids that just kind of slips under the radar. I feel like we all have like those kids at our school that just kind of like are there, but they just kind of like live each day, kind of just
live in the background, kind of, not in like a mean way or anything, but that's just like what happens. And she's also referred to as Diner Girl by like the popular kids, and she's like, okay, like whatever, like
yeah, like you can't like, that'd be like someone calling me like Six Flags boy, which actually that does happen, so I can't like really say anything. But it's like there's like more to their personality than like their place of work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they just referred to as Diner Girl, which sucks and is not very nice. Don't be mean, guys.
Yeah, we don't stand. So Nomad is this guy online that she like writes to all the time, and she's like, oh, I want to go to Princeton, and she doesn't know that Nomad is actually the super popular guy, Austin Ames, who is kind of a jerk.
He's a football player, student body president. Like he has the super pretty popular girlfriend, like pretty well off dad. Like he has his whole like life set in front of him, but he has living this kind of secret life because he wants to be a writer and wants to go to Princeton when his dad wants him to play football at USC. And he's like, I don't really know if I want to do that. Like I want to explore my options. I want to go to Princeton, become a writer.
Which is also the same thing that Sam wants to do.
Yeah.
So connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically he is kind of living a rough life too. I feel like not as rough as Sam's, but they kind of have that like thing where their parents kind of just force them to do like stuff that they don't want to do, which kind of leads us into the Halloween dance. And so Sam is like, I really want to go to this dance. And Fiona's like, no.
You have to work.
You have to work all the time. Like, that's literally all Fiona does. And so she does go anyway, and she is wearing a white masquerade mask, and Rhonda gives her the wedding dress that we mentioned
And she looks
earlier.
like really pretty, and she makes like a statement at the dance. Like everyone's staring at her. Everyone's like, "Oh, like who's this Cinderella girl? Like who is this girl? Like no one knows who she is." And she meets Austin at the dance and is like, "Oh my gosh, it's Austin," but Austin doesn't know it's Sam.
Yeah, it is definitely. But does she at this point, does she know that it's him?
Yes, because she's like, "Austin Ames?" Like,
No, I'm
oh
talking
my
about
god.
like the guy. Does she know that he's Nomad?
Well, I think, well, remember like the weird magician guy comes to the middle of the dance floor
Oh, I forgot about that.
and is like, "I am Nomad. I am from like the weird land of Zion or whatever." And he like does like the weird dance, and she's like, "This is so embarrassing. Like, I knew this was too good to be true." And then he comes like and then Austin comes out of nowhere, and she's like, "Austin Ames." And then he's like, "You're the girl I've been looking for."
Yeah, no, it is so funny because it's kind of cringy, but like kind of cute at the same time.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah. And then they go on a walk outside and they ask each other questions like, and he kind of tries to get to the bottom of who is this girl? Like, I have to know who she is. And she's kind of like being reserved, like, doesn't really want to give her identity away. And then her phone like alarm goes off and she has to go home before Fiona gets back to the diner.
Yeah, so essentially Cinderella, but with diners.
Yes. Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm okay. So she drops her cell phone and Austin picks it up, and it's just kind of like does a whole like kind of vibe. And then Carter, I can't forget the one scene when Carter is making out with Shelby.
Yeah.
What was that? I was kind of surprised after that.
Because he like saved her from like the musketeer friends.
Oh yeah. So
Like, oh
it,
my
it just
gosh,
it
like who's
must
this
end in a
guy?
makeout session, obviously.
Obviously, like, yeah, no. And so they like run out, like her and Carter run out and they get in the car and they drive off, but they see like the mom and the girls in the car next to them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh,
Not the
we have to go back."
stepmom.
What?
Not the stepmom, not
Yeah,
her, not like right next to us. Like, oh no,
yeah,
how could this happen?
yeah. And so they like both of them zoom to the diner as fast as they can, and Fiona like literally goes on this insane car rage throughout the streets of LA to get to the diner.
Oh yeah.
And she gets to the diner and she's like, "Where's Sam?" And Rhonda and all the kitchen staff are like, "Hey, like Fiona, like look at this fish," or "Hey Fiona, like what did you do with your face?" or like all this stuff. And then Sam pops out of nowhere in the back and is like, "I'm here actually. I didn't go to the dance. I've
It's
been
really
working."
kind of iconic. Like, honestly, like I would love to do that. Like, I'm just gonna sneak out and then like be like, my sister's gonna be like, look at the dog, and then I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, just in true Cinderella story fashion.
Oh, of course. So it was too good to be true because then the stepsisters learn that Sam is Cinderella. And so they try to convince Austin that they are Cinderella by showing them like the emails. And Austin's like, what? And it like do this little like skit at the pep rally, like you said, like exposing Sam like in front of everyone. Like this would never
Oh,
happen.
mean.
This would never happen. Like this only happens in Mean Girls and A Cinderella Story.
Yeah.
And so it's so bad. And then Sam's identity is revealed to like him. And then she like leaves crying because she's all upset. And I'm literally like at this point, like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's very, I mean, it makes sense. Like, if I were in that situation, like, I would cry too, obviously, because that's like so embarrassing to have the entire school cheering like Diner Girl.
Yeah,
Um,
I would not vibe with that.
yeah, no, that's like, and Austin's like, this is like, what? Like, he's just like, Oh my gosh, because it's like his emails and like text messages too that are getting exposed. And then Austin's dad is like, what are they talking about? Like, do you know about this? And he's like, just like in a bad mood.
Yeah. So then Fiona opens the acceptance letter from Princeton and makes a fake like rejection letter so that she works in the diner like forever. She's like stuck. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Girl, you're done. And
Yeah.
so he opens Austin opens his acceptance letter from Princeton, and then he has to like hide it from his father. So we kind of like have the opposite sides here.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam finally stands up to Fiona and decides that she's gonna quit her job at the diner and move in with Rhonda. And then
Which is
everyone
like a
else
power move.
resigns. Yeah. So like literally the diner is like falling to shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I was like, at this point, I was like, power move.
Yeah, no, seriously.
So then the customers also like run out too. Like literally the diner is done.
Yeah, the diner is just done because like Fiona is just a bad person. And like obviously that diner could have been run without Fiona like at all because it was like the kitchen staff who
Yeah,
were
Fiona literally did nothing. It's literally just under technically her name.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So
Oh, we can't forget about the football game.
oh, one of the most iconic scenes probably in teen movie cinematic history.
Yeah, so he like runs Sam like goes is like about to leave, and then Austin goes to apologize to her, but he like then like yells at his father, and then like he's like, I don't want to play football for the rest of my life, and then they kiss.
Yeah, and it's like raining and the song plays and it's just a iconic moment
No,
in
like
teen
a
movie
rain
cinematic history.
kiss is such like a bucket list item. I'm sorry.
I know. I know. Yeah, no, seriously. Like and it happens in a lot of like rom-com or just like love movies, I feel like.
Yeah, I know. It's so cute. I'm still obsessed. And then Sam ends up finding all of the money hidden from her dad. And everything actually belongs to her.
Yeah. So she owns like the diner, the cars. She has the money for college. Like everything is good for her and working out. And
Yeah.
Fiona gets in trouble, legal trouble.
Yeah, they get arrested, and then she like was working so many hours at the diner, like despite being a minor, and she like gets yelled at, and then the stepsisters go and get the actual letter that from Princeton, and it's literally like at the end, Fiona ends up working at the diner to work off all the money, and then it's like the diner's restored to like the new owners, which is Sam and Rhonda, which is so cute because it's like power move to you. You're in charge now. Yeah, and then it just is so cute. And then Carter films
Believe commercial.
the commercial. And then Shelby falls in love with him, but he actually rejects her because like the Astrid is her name. I looked it up. It falls in love with him, and then it's so cute. And then Austin and Sam start dating, and then they go to Princeton together.
And they all live happily ever after.
The end.
Yeah, and yeah.
No, that was so cute. I love this movie. Thank you for picking it.
Oh yeah, no, this is like a very iconic movie, a great way to, you know, kind of help start the relaunch of your podcast. Overall, this movie 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna give it an 8 out of 10 as well. Yeah. I think it's super cute, super nostalgic. Hilary Duff, and also the credit song, Lips Are Sealed, by Hilary and her sister, is one of the songs that they play literally almost on loop at Six Flags during the summer, which I thought was like super funny.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah, and it's such a good song. So this movie like is so good.
And I really like the music in this movie too. Like a lot of the songs from this movie I have like in my Spotify. Like very good songs, like early 2000 songs are just straight bangers. Love the characters in this movie. Love the fashion in this movie too. It is also like really fun and fresh, like early 2000s. And yeah, if you guys have never watched this movie or haven't watched this movie in a while, you can go watch it on HBO Max. It used to be on Netflix, but it's not Netflix anymore.
Yeah, we learned that lesson. So check it out on HBO Max. I wish I had like I know that's like a streaming service that like nobody has, but it's actually worth it. So
it's really good. So go watch the movie if you haven't seen it in a while.
And yeah, thank you so much for listening, everyone. Isabel, where can they find your podcast and all your social media to support you?
Yes. So again, my name is Isabel. I'm the host and creator of Just Isabel Things podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at just.isabel.things.podcast. I post a new episode every single Sunday and I talk about a new topic every single week. So definitely go check me out, as well as check out all of my episodes, and especially the ones that Matthew and I have done. We've been on each other's podcasts so many times before and they've all just been super fun episodes. So yeah, definitely check me out, guys.
Yes, thank you everyone so much for listening. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the places at That's So Matthew, to keep updating on all my things. And check out my website, that'smatthew.com, because I finally updated it for the rebrand. So yay me. But this has been such a great episode. Thank you everyone so much for a great episode. That did not come out right. I mean, thank you, Isabel, for a great episode.
Listening to this great episode.
Thank you all for listening to this great episode and for supporting the first month of the rebrand, as this is the last episode for January. I'm so excited to see what February holds with all the new and exciting guests. I love everyone so much, and we'll see you all in another episode again soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.